Hello everyone, my name is Lunchbox Logic and welcome to Sounds of Halo. I haven't played this yet. Literally just started up. She's got the harp on here, baby. So let's just hope this has no sexual content, otherwise I'm screwed because I'm currently streaming this. And as most people know, on Twitch you can't have nudity or anything. So let's hope for the best, shall we? I hope the audio is okay for you guys as well. Please enter a character name, 14 characters long. Boom! Smashed it. Something is ringing. Why won't it stop? My hand limply reaches out towards the noise, but I can't seem to locate it. Must be around here somewhere. I sense something rigid at my fingertips. Suddenly, I hear a loud crash beside me. The ringing stops. Ah! Forcing myself upright, an intense light greets my eyes. Beside me stands a hazy figure I can't make out. Do you mind not making so much noise in the morning? Your sister is still sleeping. I thought this had subtitles. Voice volume. Yeah, it's got voice. Why can't I hear it? That's so weird. As my eyes adjust to the light, I see my mother standing beside me. I look downwards and see my table lying on the floor, my alarm clock just next to it broken into pieces. I'm not cleaning that up, just get ready for school and come downstairs. I made breakfast. My mother walks off. I don't think she's particularly happy. Well, I doubt many parents would be with their children creating such a ruckus. Still, it wasn't my fault. I was half asleep for crying out loud. I pry myself away from the bedsheets and pick up the table and the broken alarm clock off the floor. I check what the clock once read, and conclude it's almost 7 AM. Unfortunately, today is a Monday. I mean, today's a Tuesday, in the real world, but okay. So it's back to school with me. Although it's cliche, I'm not really looking forward to it. It's not like I dislike it, but you'd think after transferring here things would have been a lot more lively. So far, nothing out of the ordinary has happened. Though, I can't really expect life to be like that. This isn't a manga after all. Opening my drawers, I pull out my uniform. It's still as good as new. I haven't had much time to wear it in. I've only been here a week. For an international school, the uniform is quite generic. I was expecting something more prestigious. I guess this is still Japan after all. Even though I've lived here all my life, my mother was dead set on sending me here. She's not a native, so she at least wanted me to connect with her side of the family. Despite her premise that getting in touch with my Anglican heritage was a good idea, the school isn't even English. It's Welsh. I'm pretty sure that's the country north of England. I don't think there's much difference anyway. Oh god. Oh god. After finishing doing up my blazer, I hear a shout from downstairs. Son! Your breakfast will go cold at this rate. You may as well let me have yours if you're going to waste it. Letting that aside, I close the door to my room and head to join my parents. Reaching the dining room, my mother and father greet me with warm smiles. After yelling at me? Maybe not so much my mother, I still think she's pretty pissed. My father gives an empty chair and... Ow, I just rubbed something in my eye. Okay. My father gives an empty chair to a haughty slap. Haughty? Still smiling all the way. Sit down, my son. We have a hefty breakfast your mother would approve of. Of course I would. I made it after all. In front of me sits a traditional breakfast. Eggs, toast, beans, sausages, and the like. I right-clicked. Oops. I don't think I can eat all of this. The empty chair is pulled out from beside me. I guess my sister finally woke up. When it comes to the mornings, she's not very talkative, or noticeable to say the least. I'm sure she'll fire up later though. Ah yes, my beautiful family has gathered at last. My sister acknowledges my father with a quick glance and starts eating her breakfast in silence. Tell me, Lunchbox Logic, how are your studies? Was that hefty fee worth it? The school is private and teaches a foreign curriculum, so tuition fees are quite large. Luckily, my father can pay for it, and it's only for my final year. It's going okay. The initial buzz of it wore off after the third day. I guess like a normal school, not much different from the ones here in Japan. I did have an experience at a traditional Japanese high school, but due to our relocation to Tokyo, I had to transfer. If there was one noticeable comparison, it was the students. Okay, most of them aren't natives, and a lot more are quite full of themselves, even though I'm only half Japanese. Why isn't it giving me the voice? The voice volume is way up there, but it's not giving me it. So weird. Maybe I've got to get past this bit first. Really, that much for a normal school then? What was the point of that fee then? You want our son to have the best education possible, right? That, and he's closer to my side of the family. Reasonable. Tell me this though, son. Have you been speaking to any girls at least? Oh, are you really asking him that? Both my own parents engage in a stare-off. Things like this happen all the time. For them, this is only a bit of banter. Checking the clock on the wall, I realise I'm a bit behind schedule. I give my family a farewell and head towards the door. Wait! That clock is... I hear my sister say something just as I leave, though she doesn't chase after me to tell me. It was strange to hear her at this time of day, but I guess I can't fret about it now. I continue on a journey I'm only just getting used to. The street leading to school is particularly empty. Only a couple of locals are walking by, and the number of students is quite low. See this backdrop here? This is it's the design. It looks just like the Japanese streets, do you know what I mean? And I think they said we're in Japan anyway, and it, like, from what I've seen in, like, certain animes and stuff, this looks Japany. I didn't mean that to sound so, like, racist, I'm so sorry. The street leading to the school is particularly empty. Only a couple of locals are walking by, and the number of students is quite low. Checking my watch, I realised that I had left considerably early. I guess the clock at home was a bit slow. That's what my fucking sister tried to say. The clock is a bit slow! Ah, fuck off. A faint noise distracts me from my wrist. Hi. Ahead of me is a female student, presumably from my school, picking up the contents of her bag off the floor. I guess she dropped it. Typical. So cliche. I consider helping her, but by the time I move my feet towards her, she has already finished and continues onwards towards the school. She rubs the back of her hair and her braids sway softly in the wind. Okay, so we're going to end up speaking to her later. It's a given. Just as I pass where she was standing, I notice a small card on the floor. Instinctively, I pick it up. In my hands is a library card with what I assume to be her name on it. Seridwen? Seridwen? Considering this is a Welsh school, I guess that's the origin of her name. I look up and she is nowhere in sight. Are we in Wales? Not Japan? Why is the Japanese symbols on the thing then? Look. Is it Japanese symbols? I think they're Japanese. Okay. Oh, crap. Quickly setting myself off, I run towards the entrance of the school. I just hope I can catch up with her. It doesn't take me long to get her in my sight. I call out to her. Seridwen, you dropped this! Okay, I need to turn down the music if I want to hear her voice. Seridwen turns around, flustered, and I approach her with a ragged breath. Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. She gives me a shy response as I hand her back the card. I feel like I need to turn this up a bit because it's really quiet, isn't it?
How did you know my name?
It was on your card. It doesn't look like she's very comfortable with talking to me. It's on the card.
Oh. It's pronounced Carrie, like a K.
Oh, Kerry. Sorry, my bad.
Don't worry.
Kerry, sorry. Kerry still looks rather uneasy. I guess some people just aren't that fluent with others. Well, it's a good thing you got it back. We're both pretty early, so it would have taken a while for someone else to find it. By then, they probably would have given it into Lost and Found.
Thank you.
Yep, it's okay. She thanks me again, and her eyes are averted slightly away from my direction.
This card is important to me.
It's a library card. Maybe put it in a safer place? You wouldn't risk losing it then. I know I don't have the right to tell her what to do with her stuff, but things like this are common sense.
I use it a lot. It's easier for me to reach it quickly.
Reach it quickly? Reach it quickly? Okay, what do you mean by that? Reach it. What do you mean by reach it quickly? I don't understand what your lingo is. I guess she's an avid book fan. She must be quite smart. That, or she just likes books. I decided to continue the conversation. What books are you interested in? Fiction or non-fiction?
I read a variety.
Really? Right. I have all Harry Potters. Unfortunately, my Philosopher's Stone has gone missing, so I don't know where it is. But I have the second and third Hunger Games. I need to get the first one. And I have 5 Scott Pilgrim books, so I just need to get the 6th one. And I have, oh, my favourite. Okay, I'm gonna show you this. Okay, for those of you who aren't following me on Twitter, I love this. I love this. Can you guys see it? Can you guys see it? Nope. Look at it. How awesome is it? It's like, it's a completely different like style of book and everything. Like, you gotta read it like just like a Japanese book and everything. Like, it's so cool. It's so cool. I mean, like, he starts off with a polywhale. How cool is that? But yeah, I bought that the other day, so I want to start reading them. I've almost finished that one, to be honest. So I do need to get the second and third. I think I can get the second and third, and then get the 4th one for free. How awesome is that? But anyway, that was a short answer.
I want to study literature.
Literature. She looks at me as if she expects me to belittle her, though I completely deny her expectations. Sounds great. It's good to have something you're passionate about. Her lips move. I guess she can't stop herself from smiling. Moving my feet again, I set off towards the entrance of the school, turning around to face Kerry before I make any sufficient progress. It's still early, but we should still go to class. It's a bit cold after all.
You're right.
Yep, I'm always right.
Need to check what class I'm in.
She doesn't know what class she's in? School started a week ago. Don't tell me she has amnesia. Kerry shyly passes me and heads towards the school, and I follow suit, heading towards my class. I guess she was a pretty interesting person. How weird. Classes are well under May, and the class is filled with a widespread sense of lethargy. It is a Monday after all, and lunch is just around the corner. Except there's no one to be seen, not even a teacher. And the clock doesn't have hands, so apparently the school doesn't have time. Okay. Does anyone really want to learn about the structure of the inner mitochondrial membrane right before lunch? I lean back in my chair and stare down at my notes, which are just a little more than scribbles on a sparse page. In the end, I can't really say I expected anything different when transferring here. After all, the basic principles of teaching are the same wherever you are. There's no reasons as to why this school would be any different. Though the extra language lessons are a pain in the ass. Just as I let out a small but definitely noticeable yawn, the teacher glares sharply in my direction. Bored, are you, Lunchbox Logic? No, sir. Oh, that's a surprise. How about you answer the question at the bottom of page 3 then? I look at the closed book on my desk and realise what the teacher is referring to. I definitely haven't done a good job at pretending to do work. Still, I oblige and turn to page 3. Turn to page 394. Moving my eyes towards the bottom of the page, I find a question that's somewhat relevant to what I managed to hear during the lesson. What's the space between the two mitochondrial membranes called? Is that the Matrix? No, that's the bit inside. Well, boy, do you have an answer? Mitochondrial gap, intermembrane space? Intermembrane? It won't be the mitochondrial gap, because mitochondrial, that's too self-explanatory, isn't it? So, intermembrane space? Looking across to the opposite page, I spot a diagram of the mitochondrion with a nicely labelled arrow showing me the answer. Intermembrane space. The confidence in my voice, or more likely the fact that I got the answer right, seems to have left my teacher surprised. Ha! Well done, Lunchbox Logic. I guess you were paying attention after all. I used to love that in school, but most of the time, you wouldn't be paying attention. It was never me. Anyway, it was always other people, and they'd just be like, "Oh, are you paying attention?" And the person would be like, "Yeah, I'm paying attention." And then they get asked the question, and they're just like, "I don't know." And it's just like, "Aha! So you weren't paying attention, or at least not at that point, anyway." I certainly wasn't. The teacher continues on with the lesson, leaving me to lean back in my chair once again. This time, I'll try not to yawn. Soon, though, class ends, and I trail behind a mass gathering to exit the room. The crowd slowly shifts. The class only has about 30 people in it anyway. I stagger behind the other students residing in the corridor and make my way to the cafeteria. Food time! I am pretty hungry myself. I haven't had anything today. Chatter radiates from the swatches of people in the cafeteria. I weave my way through those standing around and people walking in the opposite direction. The line is long as always. Unlike most schools, the food here is actually quite good, so naturally it's in high demand. I join this queue of students left famished by the morning lessons. Time slows as the line slowly inches forward. All of this for a sandwich? I know, mate, they're lush, aren't they? Made with 100% Welsh beef. Lush? That's a kind of Welsh, not stereotype kind of thing, but it's one of them words that's associated with Welsh. It's the way they say it, lush. You know what I mean? I've got Welsh family and they say lush. And in Gavin and Stacey, Stacey's from Wales and she says the word lush, doesn't she? So it's is it a Welsh thing? Probably. That's what they say anyway. I find it hard to believe that they would import that stuff to Japan just for this one school. So we are in Japan, but it's a Welsh school. That is mind-blowing. Eventually, I'm the one gazing at what's on offer on the counter. To be honest, the guy was quite right. Beef here sure is lush. It's quite a prestigious school. I buy the sandwich and stuff it into my bag. This place is quite packed, so I doubt I'd find a place to sit down. Unless... Just as I'm about to leave, I spot a table that's actually empty. Well, almost. I notice someone familiar eating by herself. Oh, and then if it isn't Kerry. It's the girl from earlier. Kerry, wasn't it? I wonder if I should approach her. I hardly know her, but I kind of want to sit down. It's cold outside. She has quite a big personality there. Yeah, let's approach her. Let's go up and be like, bam, 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 I don't know what that song is, but you know what, I may as well approach her. She's alone after all. I've been in that situation plenty of times this past week. I know how it feels. Yeah, you go and sit next to her, man. Don't fucking leave her on her own. That's a bit mean. Especially if you know how being on your own, sitting on your own at lunchtime feels. One step at a time, I make my way over to the table. Her silky braids gently rest by her sides, and unlike before, her braids only move due to her actions. As I draw closer, she takes notice of my presence and directs her head towards me. She hesitates to speak, but I planned on taking the initiative from the beginning. Boom! Smash it! Hey, Kerry! It's me from earlier. I don't think I ever got a chance to introduce myself. I try my best to avoid sounding nervous. Walking up to a girl sitting by herself is pretty noticeable to everyone else in the hall. My name is Lunchbox Logic. I should have just named myself Lunchbox. Why do I do this to myself? Oh, fucking hell. She zoomed up. Well, it's okay. She's still pretty on edge. Perhaps I should apologize to her and make a quick retreat. I'm sorry for walking up to you so suddenly.
Don't worry. I don't normally have people to eat with, so I'm glad.
Cool. You speak very slowly and very quietly. She abruptly stopped speaking after giving me a sign of gratitude. Her cheeks turn a rosy shade of red, and she directs her eyes away from me. I guess she's embarrassed. Oh, she fancies me. Ah, press the freaking wrong button again. It did strike me as odd as to why she's alone. Aside from her lack of self-confidence, she seems like a fairly nice person.
I had an illness.
What? She goes straight on to why she's so alone. I never asked her, but I'm glad she thinks of me as close enough to her to explain it to me, even though we just met. Though, given that she seems so introverted, maybe I am the only person that is.
For a while, I was immobilized. As recently as last week.
You're so quiet. Is there literally nothing else I can do? Voice volume is all the way up. Turn the music volume down. Okay, continue. Is that why she told me earlier that she needed to find out what class she was in? Her face continues to grow deeper shades of red. Maybe I should converse with her to ease her explanation. Though, with her personality, I don't know if it'll actually help. I can understand, I guess. I'm new here, so I don't really have anyone to eat with. It's not really as relatable as an illness, though. I kind of regret opening my mouth. Hers, though, continues moving as her lips gently let out an unstable speech patterns.
I've been here since last year.
Really? That's actually a pretty sad thought. If she's been here this long, how come she's this alone? Even with an illness, you'd expect her friends would still speak to her afterwards. Though, I am making assumptions. For all I know, she could be a good friend with a classmate that just doesn't eat in school or is absent. My gut feeling goes with my former conclusion, in spite of that idea. She delicately twirls the hair at the tip of her braid nervously during the lag times of our conversation. I can't really think of anything to say, so I decide to do something instead. Hey! It's bold, but I tear a sheet of paper from one of my books and scribble my phone number on it. Boom! Giving the girl the number. Although, it'd be better if I got her number, but since she's so introverted, it's not happening. If you ever need anyone to keep you company, then you can call me anytime. Or if you see me around school, just say hi. I doubt she'll do either. Anyway, to downplay the forwardness of my actions, I think of the cheesiest quote I can and continue speaking. Birds of a feather flock together. What? Birds of a feather flock together. Okay. That's one I've never heard of before, but that's okay. I'm not one to judge.
You're giving me your number?
Yep. Though her voice is quiet, very quiet, I can still sense she's a bit shaken up. I thought giving it to her would be acceptable in this day and age. People are practically dependent on their phones now. Still, giving your number to someone of the opposite sex will probably remain direct for years to come.
Thank you.
Ah. For some reason, she thanks me. Her pale fingers reach out towards her bag, and she gently takes out a rather pink and cute-looking phone. I didn't know anyone still used phone straps, but a daffodil charm swings in the air as she enters my number, her body shaking slightly all the while. Ah.
First in the non-relative section.
Finishing her sentence with a smile, she gazes at me. I smile back, of course, which in itself takes me a bit of courage, but her eyes quickly dart away to break our state of eye contact. She goes red again, and her mouth is slightly ajar, leaving her lips to glisten as the sunlight enters from the windows beside us. God, the description is so... there's so much detail, you know? And it just sounds so pleasant. The chimes of the bell resonate throughout the room. I guess it's time to get prepared to go to class again. Carrie stands and shyly looks towards me as if I was expecting me to say something, which, luckily for her, I do. I enjoy speaking to her, even if she doesn't say very much. Like I said, feel free to contact me anytime, though right now I guess we should head back to class.
Okay.
She trots along by my side, slightly behind me, probably to keep her blushing face hidden, I guess. She seems to have a bad habit of going red. We part ways when I reach my classroom, with her giving me a hardly audible farewell once we do. Okay. What happened there? Did we just walk home? There's no gap. There's a gap that needs to be filled there. We were in school talking to her, and then we walked back to class, and now we're waking up in bed. The wooden chair behind my back is rigid and sticks into it, causing me slight discomfort. What wooden chair? My eyes dart across the pages before me, looking for any information that could make life easier. I hate homework. Words echo around the room as I speak solemnly to myself. I thought that it would be easier to copy the answers straight from the textbook, but apparently they're not here. This heavy workload, however, does seem to compensate for the rather tranquil day at school. I did meet someone interesting, though. The blossom of rose on her cheeks, her silky golden hair, and her hushed voice. Kerry's presence would be minuscule to many, but I can't get it off my mind. Lunchbox logic! Dinner's almost ready! Calls from my mother reach my ear as I'm just about to give up my homework. It's not due for another week anyway, so I close the book and haphazardly toss it back on the shelf. The smell of cooking guides my way towards the door, but just as I am about to leave my room, something stops me. My cell phone chimes and vibrates slightly on my desk, leaving me to consider who might be calling. Oh, we got a call! We got a call! We're getting a call! If you ever need anyone to keep... Oh, yeah, this is just a flashback, yeah. He's remembering. That's right, I gave Kerry my number, didn't I? I wasn't really expecting her to call me, but I guess she was probably checking that I wasn't giving her a fake number as a joke. That would be really mean, considering, like, she opened up to us about, like, her mental illness and stuff like that. And you can imagine just giving her a fake number, and she tries to ring it, and then just, like, finds out that it's you know, it's not you or someone, like... You know, it doesn't even, like, exist as a number kind of thing. It'd be really mean. I couldn't do that to anyone. Lunchbox Logic, are you coming? I'll be down in a minute! Probably not in a minute, but I shouldn't be that long. I'll just tell Kerry to call me back, but the least I can do is answer the phone. I pick up the device from my desk and answer the call. Hello? Kerry breathes through the speaker, her nervousness all too apparent even through a mobile call. Hello, Kerry?
Hello?
Hi.
I wanted to see if you'd answer.
Oh. It's 5:42 in the morning? Damn, that's early. Exactly what I was expecting. Kerry's voice seems a lot clearer, and the nervousness I had once heard is pretty much gone. Is it because she isn't speaking to me in person? Of course I'd answer. I gave you my number, didn't I?
You did.
I did. I gave you my number, and later you'll be getting... something else, maybe.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You didn't think it was fake, did you? That was a weird noise. I teased her about it. To be honest, if she gave me her number, I would probably think it was fake too. Oh yeah? That's a good point. That is, if she wasn't so timid anyway. If her personality was different, she would probably be pretty popular. Don't worry, I'm only teasing.
Oh.
She totally thought it was a fake number. Teasing a girl I just met seems pretty abnormal, but I can't deny her response was adorable. Oh. You seem fairly relaxed. I call her out on the contrast of her speech patterns. I already know the answer, but I just want to show her that she can speak to people clearly if she just tries.
I find it easier speaking to people over the phone.
Okay?
I'm sorry if it seems rude.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine, yeah.
I call my father a lot.
Yeah? She did say I was her first non-relative contact.
I really wanted to speak to you.
About what? Her stutters flare up again. The concept of calling someone from school is still probably quite foreign to her. Lunchbox Logic, your dinner will go cold at this rate. Okay, I'm coming! I get another shelf from the dining room, but now my family has probably started eating without me. It's quite a traditional thing in this house for everyone to eat together. I'll have to tell Kerry to call me back. I'd like to speak to you too, but do you think you can call me back? Probably in about half an hour? My dinner is ready and my... Dinner? Dinner at 5:42? Unless this is after school. This isn't the morning, is it? That wouldn't make... That makes sense, wouldn't it? Yeah. My dinner is ready and my mother is being quite persistent about it.
Oh. Okay.
Don't sound too disheartened now. Kerry sounds a bit dejected about it, but there's nothing I can do. My mother is quite strict at times, and she'll probably scold me for ignoring her if I don't go now. Kerry and I bid temporary farewells, and I head downstairs, leaving the phone on my desk. And didn't she say breakfast is gonna go cold? Lunchbox logic, your dinner will go cold at this rate. I don't know. I'm confused. An aromatic smell hits my nostrils as I enter the dining room. 3 pairs of eyes are looking in my direction. It seems my family are well into their meals. Finally decided to join us, brother? My little sister gives me a cheeky remark as I pull out the chair next to her and sit down to feast upon my now lukewarm meal. I'm too lazy to microwave it. How was school? You went about an hour early, didn't you? You knew about that? I did tell you the clock was broken before you left. Oh, so that's what she was trying to tell me. Oh, pardon me. You can hardly call it before I left. I was out the door at that point. Well, the extra school is good for you, brother. Oh, it's good for your brother. Don't tell him about it next time. My father let out an exuberant laugh as I continue eating. I don't think he realizes that no matter what time I get to school, classes don't start until they're scheduled to. Typical. In retrospect, I did get something out of school early today. Yeah, so this isn't morning, this is later on, yeah. I wouldn't have met Kerry otherwise. That reminds me, son. Have you met any fit girls? Jesus Christ, Dad, calm it. Calm it, Dad. I asked you at breakfast and I didn't hear your response. That's because it was a stupid question. Interrupting my father just as she did before, my mother joins the conversation. Perhaps I should actually give him an answer. He won't stop asking me otherwise. Oh! No, I have my computer for that sort of thing. Oh, wow. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. There is someone, not really. Oh, you know what? There is so. In fact, I'm gonna say to him, no, I have my computer for that sort of thing. Just for shits and giggles. I can't make myself say something like that in front of my family, even though it's true in a way. Oh, he didn't say it. Of course, he didn't say it in front of his family and his sister. Oh. The other option is telling my father about Kerry, which is something I'm not keen on either. Definitely not after one day of speaking to her. Don't worry, son. That face is the only answer I'll ever need. What? The look on it. Your face. I know what it means. Go and get her, son. What? My father gives me a thumbs up from across the table, and my mother bats him a scornful expression. He's not a pervert like you. You don't have to listen to him, Lunchbox. A clean plate sits in front of me as I finish up the remnants of my meal. I want to leave the room quickly so I don't have to face any more questions my father might conjure up. Conjure up! I stand up from the chair, moving to the sink to quickly wash my dish. The thought of Kerry lingers on my mind as I leave the room and make my way step by step up the stairs. Okay. It's not unreasonable to suggest that I could end up in that sort of relationship with her. There's no sign of her having any friends aside from myself, and she is pretty attractive, to be honest. Letting my mind wander like this isn't good. It's too early to think about developing my relationship with her. We'd only just met this morning. I know. On top of Kerry, I need to phone her back in a minute. Oh, on the topic of Kerry, not on top of Kerry. So bad. Waiting for her to call again isn't an efficient use of time. Let's go back upstairs and give her a call. Swinging it open, the door to my room creaks as I enter. My eyes shift towards my desk, and I reach out for my phone. Clutching the phone in my hand, I redial the last number that called, and Kerry's number appears on the screen. It doesn't take long for her to pick up. I wonder if she was waiting for me. It was a pretty quick answer. And it wouldn't come up Kerry because you haven't saved it yet.
Hello?
Hi. Hey Kerry, where were we?
We weren't really talking about anything.
Maybe we should. That's right, we weren't really talking about anything in particular before. How about we talk for a bit then?
About what?
About anything? Anything you want? Carrie's stutter flares up again. It's kind of cute, but I wouldn't really tell her that. Yeah, definitely not. That would not be a good idea. What am I saying? What about hobbies?
Hobbies?
Yeah, hobbies. You know, like literature, but... I know you like literature, but is there anything else you like? Okay. Carrie pauses for a brief moment, and the sound of her breathing flows out of the speaker beside my ear.
I like... the harp.
The harp? You mean the instrument?
Yes, I can play it.
Very nice. You're into a stringed instrument. I am also into a stringed instrument. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. Just like that guitar there. This one here. Yep. It's just you can see the neck of it. But yeah, you guys have seen me play it before on YouTube, so that's if you're subbed on YouTube. Very cool that you can play it. So she can play the harp. That reminds me. So it's like the school's Lego. Oh, Lego. So it's like the school's logo then.
The harp is a classical Celtic instrument.
Okay. That must be it. I'm sure Wales is a Celtic country.
What about yours?
My what?
Your hobbies.
She wants to know my hobbies. Well, I did ask her a question after all. The problem is, though, I can't really think of anything that I would consider as a hobby. There's nothing notable. Are you kidding? I play PC games, I drink a shit ton of fucking monster drinks, I read books every now and then, I play guitar every now and then, I skateboard every now and then, I have a job, it's not really a hobby. Yeah, I record videos. I do record videos.
Do you want to borrow one of my books?
Sharing a hobby with her wouldn't be a bad thing. I guess I could give it a go. Sure, you can lend me one you like.
Okay. Will you meet me at lunch?
Ooh, she stuttered then.
So I can give it to you.
Oh, you can give it to me. Yeah, that's fine. Thinking back on what my father had said before, I can definitely say that I like Kerry. Fucking hell. Though, in what way, it's hard to tell. It's not unreasonable to say that there's a possibility. She is kind of sweet after all. Though I don't know, I shouldn't really think about it now.
Thank you.
It's okay.
I promise you'll enjoy reading it.
Oh? I imagine Kerry pulling a cute simile. I'm pretty sure that's meant to say smile. To match the enthusiasm she put into the statement, she must really have a passion for reading beyond wanting to study literature. I'm looking forward to it. I hear a voice that isn't Kerry's coming from the other end of the line. I guess someone must be calling up to her.
Sorry. My father's calling me for dinner.
Okay. Don't worry, I left for dinner earlier. You go and have yours. I'll see you at school tomorrow.
Okay. I'll see you then. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye. The line falls silent as Kerry hangs up, and I place the phone back down on my desk once again. For the first time this past fortnight, I'm actually looking forward to going to school. Kerry and I have seemed to have developed quite a good friendship within just the course of the day. It's quite surprising, really. As I return to the seat by my desk, I peer at the sprawl of papers I had left lying before me. Oh right, I was doing homework. There's nothing else I can think of doing, so I reach up to the shelf where I had left my workbook and continue on with the task I was doing. If I get it out the way now, maybe I'll have more time later in the week to speak with Kerry again. Day one over? Yep. Okay, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you guys for watching this video. This game is called Sounds of Her Love. This is, I think it's free to play on Steam. I'll leave the link in the description so you guys can go and play it for yourselves. Don't forget to leave a like and a subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.